Okay, so welcome everybody. We're live on YouTube right now. This is my first official. Dang, this is my first live stream since. This is my first live stream of 2023. I think. God dang, yeah, man.
Whoa.
Back to the live format. You know, the dreaded live format. Welcome everybody. Trickle on in. Thank you guys so very much for being here. We're going to be talking about what we just witnessed over on Discord with The Last of Us, Season 1, Episode 1. Season 1, Episode 1 of The Last of Us. It was an hour and 30 minutes. I would say highly anticipated. You know, I've been waiting for this for a little while, ever since I've seen the trailers. It feels like they've been promoting this thing for a year, it feels like. So here we are. I'm Jody Joe. That's my dog E-Man.
What's poppin', y'all?
And that's South La Ward right there. We just got finished watching the episode. We are still on with Discord. They're in the ear. You're going to hear from them soon. But I want to get us our opinions of how we feel about the episode. E-Man, I think I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
So you can get your stuff off first. What did you think about the episode, bro?
I thought the episode was cool. It was enjoyable. It was some drag moments though. It explained more deeply about the characters for somebody who never played the game, and to help me understand a little bit more of what's going on.
You never played the game?
No.
Okay.
I just watched you played it. That
all right,
one
for
time.
sure.
So
you got it.
Seeing it, you know, like it had a lot. It has some crazy moments in that. You know what I'm saying? Like I like when it got really to the neat and gritty. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering, is everything that they did from you guys who played the games, did they do everything right from the beginning, just like the video game, or did they take some things out?
No, definitely certain things did get taken out. I mean, you have to take them out to tell the story in more detail, I feel. And I mean, obviously, within games, you know, gameplay shit, it's gonna be different than you watching a film, you know,
Right.
or showing this example. So certain sequences, I mean,
Was there anything
you're
that we
just
needed
not
to
gonna
see in
see.
this that they took out, or was everything still good?
Hold on,
nah.
hold on. I don't think it matters. You just continue with your thoughts, despite the game.
For sure, my nigga. I let this motherfucker go first, and he says, all right, Discord, what y'all think? This nigga trash. God dang, you starting the year off already lacking, my nigga. God dang, I just got back. I said I'm going to start with E-Man so he get his shit off first.
And then we're gonna turn to the Discord.
Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And then he has a follow-up question. To the point where Swag Kage on Discord got to get this nigga right.
Oh.
Do you think, are you done? Do you have no more opinion about this episode? You want to go to ask questions? Shit.
I mean, I said what I said. I mean,
Oh, you done?
Yeah,
For sure.
man.
Sad. Go ahead, bro. Hour and a half, nigga. Go ahead.
It feels good to be back.
God damn.
So what I wanted to ask y'all Discord was, it's like, no, I'm just playing. I had fun. I don't care about the video game. I'm gonna go back and watch it because Bolden B told me to check it out. I'm gonna dig in. We far from that.
New Year, same E. Literally,
man.
I'm not E.
True that.
So facts. So yeah, man, I'm into it. When you have a first episode, you really have to. 9 times out of 10, when we watch a first episode of something,
Big action, big suspense, big.
it's a pilot. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because this is already an established brand, they
Yes.
didn't need to do a pilot. They got to story.
Well, I think there's a lot of people that, like you, like E-Man, who didn't play the game, which is a lot of people. They do need to captivate an audience. I do believe relying on this being a popular IP is a mistake if they do so.
So for me, getting explained who's who, what's what, you know what I'm saying, what's about to happen, I think they did an excellent job of establishing, I don't know who's important, who's not important. Now, obviously, Pascal is the man, you know what I mean, and Tess is his woman, and she's the 3 key factors. But as far as establishing the world, the pace, the vigor of the zombies, all this stuff was great to me. I tried to stay away from some articles this week. Can The Last of Us reignite the genre? And when Walking Dead sold, these zombies move way different. The contortionist of the bones is kind of crazy looking. Watching the old lady eat the hair. I know they're gonna disgust us sometimes. Me seeing the guy pressed up against the wall was jarring for me.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So I know they're gonna be able to scare us sometimes. This is one of those games that you don't like. People play it at midnight with the lights out, and then they get scared and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking. They gave us a little hint of where that's going. You know what I mean? Leona. I don't know her real name. Leona from Game of Thrones.
Leanna.
She's strong. You know what I mean? And Pedro looks like I forgot what a freaking boulder, a rock of a man he is. He's that tough guy type shit. Like they compared him to Clint Eastwood. Like I looked at him immediately. He doesn't come off like that on some of the other shows, but Jody's first thing I said is, damn, he looked like he could take a punch.
You did say that.
You know what I mean? And he looked like if that's the guy you arguing with, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't know that was your girl, man. It's cool. I'm just want a beer, man. I ain't even know that. Like, I don't want to smoke with Pascal. Pedro looked like a rock hard Sylvester Stallone 40 years ago type of motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? A barrel of a man. So, the excitement's there, the military presence.
You're impressed with him?
I'm impressed with him thus far and his acting ability.
If you were gay, would you let him hit?
Oh, here you go. With that shit.
No, I wouldn't.
Even if you were gay?
If I was gay, I'd be celibate.
That's you thinking straight. Turn your brain gay for a second.
I don't know.
The fuck is that? What?
Well, based on what I heard, it sounded like you let him smash.
No, not at all. Being a tough guy does not give him a pass.
All
Here
right,
you
for
go with this shit.
Yeah, so Jody, I had fun, man. I'll be back here every week, man. I'm into it already.
Great. That's good to
the
know.
value, the budget, the pacing. Yes, the pacing got slow, but I understand it's the first episode, and they need that shows me when I see that shows me that they're not just giving me popcorn. It's not going to be turn my brain off. They want to establish a story that makes sense. Why else would they put 30 minutes of nothing in the middle? Because they want me to understand what needs to take place. And I like the fact that she cracked the code. So.
Yeah, I liked the opening, the first 20, 30 minutes, the first 20, 25 minutes was great. It really started off with that tension, high tension. And when I played the game, man, I'm going to disagree with 5-Star here because 5-Star said earlier, he said that this on the screen was more impactful and emotional to him than the actual game itself. For me, it's the opposite. I cried when I played the game. It was just so touching. And I feel like the score here was missing a little bit. It wasn't there enough. The song, the sad music, the hype music. The guitar riffs were playing every now and then, but they were too few and far in between. Beginning of it was tension throughout. I was like, for sure, HBO quality is going down. It reminded me of when they were going through the city. It reminded me of A Quiet Place Part 2. When they had to go through the city and he was in that pickup truck and things was getting people crashing into things. Trucks crashing, fires, explosions going off.
Yeah, okay.
It reminded me of that same exact thing, and it was good. That's good tension and all that. But then the middle part happened, and you got for the 20, 25 minutes of awesomeness you got about 30, 35 minutes of pure boredom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more, I was bored. Because even if I'm somebody somebody who played the game, I understand it wasn't really a lot of excitement in this period, but for live action, for a show, there's easily a few jump scares that they could have threw in there to keep it up, the pace up, and it would have affected much of anything. So I feel as a viewer, they're gonna feel that chunk in the middle, like I felt, and they might be like, "Dang, that was kind of boring." But then towards the end, it picks up a little bit with a nice little side note right there, which was cool. So it was a big leap, then a harsh fall, and then it ended up on a little bit of a high note on a little molehill, which is good for me. I think this is a solid first episode for a series. I will say that the idea of Joel escorting Ellie, taking possession of Ellie to escort her for the symbol for goods and ammunition and a pickup truck. I feel like that happened too quick. Like this strange man is gonna just take guardianship, basically guardianship and escorting her to outside quarantine zone where you could be hanged. I feel like it should have been a harder sell for Joel. He was just so with it, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that Tommy was in the balance, but I just feel like they would have made it more believable than we're just running into each other in the hallway and now you're leaving with the girl that I was going to try to escort out. I just feel like that happened too quick and should have been handled a little bit better. But besides that, I enjoyed the episode. I liked it. I dug it.
I really feel like we got what about 8% zombie action?
Not
Like,
even that. I wouldn't say it was even that much. It was
4?
They hit that zombie
like that,
action like quick, like that shit
which
hit
is good.
real quick.
Which is really good.
But they could have come back to some of it. Somewhere.
Come back to it. This you have free unlimited range to keep us on the edge of our seat with the jump scares and zombies popping up.
Yeah.
And they
You
will.
win.
I'm sure they will. Shout out to my dog who joined Patreon, King. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, King. In future episodes, we're gonna get that, but I don't want them to be too few and far in between. Like, bruh, give us like 3 jump scares per episode. You can do it,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's not hard at
I
all.
agree with that. I thought we was gonna get an explanation though, at least like about why they turned into zombie, like the zombies. I know like the fungus, but how did it happen and everything like that in the air or whatever the shit that's going on, and that didn't even been sold. I thought that would have been the thing when they had the little boy, in the room, and then they would have, explain what's going on and all that shit. None of that happened. I was like, okay, what's going on? How
But don't you think they gave us a good explanation in the beginning
Yes, I do.
with
Yes,
the
I
guy
do.
smoking the cigarettes and the doctors and all that?
You don't think that explained enough for you?
Every other zombie movie does that same virus taking off. I think.
And bro, the closeness with COVID that made it even more
That was deep.
deeper and more resonating. Like, yo, look what happened with COVID, bro. They say a fish market. People say a lab. It just happened.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not gonna hold you. Even just seeing the men sit there, smoke that cigarette, and talking that shit was kind of scary.
Yes.
It scared me. And let's talk about this. Part of the video. What's wrong?
Keep going. Keep going.
Part of the video game.
Don't look. Don't look.
I'm
right here. What do you mean? Don't look.
Don't look at the chat.
Part of a big
just
part
making
of, a big part of the video game is tension when you're playing the game. And I did feel tension. I felt stress. I felt uneasy. I felt a little bit afraid. And then I also felt the chaotic, like how lucky we are to have not had a war here in the United States and Canada. You know what I mean? Because seeing that man, he was just so adamant about the fungus and all that, and the people was just sitting there stunned in their 60s outfits, and I was sitting here stunned at home. Their mouth was hanging open. I don't know if my mouth was hanging open, but I felt like it, man. And then all those explosions, all those car crashes, nowhere to run, panicking, that gave me a high level of stress, Jody Joe. I had to drink some water.
That's tough. Let's already go ahead and turn to the Discord. Discord members who are in the building. Who would like to go first? Swag, I would like to get your opinion on the matter. Swag Kage, please, if you will. What did you feel about the episode?
Being someone who played the game as well, I really enjoyed this episode. It showed me like just the quality that they have at HBO. I feel like the production value behind this is phenomenal. And I also did like a little self-experiment with myself coming into the show, because when I was on Twitter and seeing like the castings, I was like, what is going on? Like, this is not, I feel like the castings were a bit off, but watching this show and watching like the actors like really perform, it showed me that like actors are actors, and basically like no matter who they cast, it really does depend if they're a good actor. Like it really does like the burden of performance is really on their acting prowess and how good they can be in the scene. And it showed me that. And Ellie's growing on me. Joel is growing on me. Basically, every character that I had like a bit of, I'm not so sure, they're growing on me. But not even that. I'm gonna going forward. I don't think I'm gonna be comparing this to the game at all. Anything that ties into the game
That's smart.
is only just a bit of like a extra dipping. Like it's just just extra leftovers. I think the show by itself and what they're doing can stand on itself. I don't think it needs to rely on the game, which they've shown. But yeah, I gave it a A+.
Oh,
Oh,
god dang.
wow.
He really liked that a lot. Fuck, a little high for me, dog.
Dang.
You tripping.
Too high.
Tyler says Tess is off. I agree. Tess is off. She's lacking. She was very. I'll say that she was sexy, attractive in the game in a very post-apocalyptic way. And this lady is old as shit, leaning eyes, look like she had a hard life, and I don't want to see that shit, bro. She's very unattractive. I want to see some sexiness, and there is none there at all. There was a point in the game where Tess was getting attacked, and I was upstairs in this thing, and I couldn't help. I was upstairs. I had to run downstairs to get them niggas. I ain't going downstairs to try to fight them for this one.
Oh no.
No.
Cold as ice.
You
Let's
know
get
what?
that shit a buck.
You
I'm
know what?
afraid.
I felt like if you cast a woman that looks like that for a part as sexy, and she outweighed all the beautiful girls that came in to be audition for this part, she's
Yeah.
gotta have the chops, man. I feel like Darlene. She gave me a Darlene from
Nigga, she giving me a
Ozark.
Jackson's mom from Sons of Anarchy.
She gave me a Darlene from Ozark
about?
sort of vibe. An
Nah.
older woman,
Oh,
tough as nails.
Oh, that's nasty.
That's hey,
Go get the
Sad,
lemonade.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I will say Sad explained. I think Sad, you explained her character better than even Jody.
That's not
the point.
good.
A tough older woman. She's not known for her beauty. So that's a bit. Yeah.
She's not known for her beauty yet.
Not at all, bro. She's in her 40s, bro.
Like, you can't be beautiful in your 40s. What's up with this guy?
Marissa Tomei.
What's wrong with
Wait,
this guy?
are you trying to tell me that people like Tess because they think she's cute, and that's like one of the big reasons
I'm
why?
telling you, I
Tess
like Tess
is
because
cute.
she is cute. Nigga, what's wrong with you?
Bro,
I agree
most
with Joy. She's cute, but most people recognize her for her badass.
That's
Yeah.
true. Hey,
She was designed by some video game
Swag
guy.
Kage, I see that you don't think she's cute, but a lot of us think she was cute, bro.
bro, have
She
you
was
seen?
rough looking, but she was
She
cute
cute,
for
bro.
Apocalypse.
She cute, bro. You a hater.
You can pull up
Yeah,
the pic, bro.
post-
'cause she's
apocalyptic
not-
world,
You gotta pull up the pic, my nigga.
I don't have to pull up the pic. Think about Resident Evil, Michelle Rodriguez. She had that tough body look, but she was sexy and cute.
Bro, it's not even a comparison.
That's
to that.
her on the show?
Wait,
Yeah.
no.
That don't even look like the same.
Anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. What she's
In the
cute or not,
game,
my
she
nigga.
looks about 24.
She don't
Yeah.
look as
What?
old. She don't look as old as in
It-
this show. In the game, she look like she's in her 30s or some shit.
Bro, she's in her 40s, bro.
But she looks good though. Goddamn. Fuck.
Nah, I said in the game she looked at least like 35.
I would
Right,
give her
yeah.
about 36, 37.
Yeah.
But Joel is older.
Yes, Joel's older. They did him right, but anyway,
Oh, but she not bad once her eye healed, Jody.
What's her eye heel?
Doing great.
that ain't her.
But one thing that I did notice about the game and the show itself, the way that they're going about certain infected aspects, like when they rolled up and going through those sewers, in that downtime, they were explaining in the game that there's not a lot of infected near the QZ zones. Like the QZ zones are the safe spaces, but you have to then worry about the human dangers, which is the dictatorship of these assholes with guns and ration carts and, human on human shit. So that's why you wouldn't get that many infected or scared jumps in the beginning of the game, because you were in the safe zone. And now that they're past that gate and that 80s song from The Cure started playing on the radio, it's going to be some fuck shit from here on out. And the spores, they didn't tap into not inhaling spores, because I think it's going to be harder for them to have that on the show, to have an airborne element. So
So they actually went to scientists, right, to figure out a way to do the infection thing accurate in a way that it works. Because they were like, if you do spores, right, and it's something supposed to be airborne, technically you wouldn't be able to breathe. You'll be having a gas mask all the time. So they went to the scientists, and scientists were like, the best way you can do it is with these, like, I forget what the word is, but it's like these like branch looking things.
the
That's the
spaghetti that
closest-
was coming out the mouth.
Exactly, yeah. So they told him that's the closest thing you can get to your spores and be able to still tell the story you're trying to tell and be more realistic in a way.
Okay, because there is levels in the game where you can't go in certain rooms without a gas mask because
Yeah.
of the spores.
Yep.
Damn.
So the spore element's still a thing.
But
just
I
not,
thought,
like,
what do we do? Are we
as
gonna?
important.
Are we gonna hold this by the game? Swag said he's not gonna even bring the game up at all. Do you guys feel that same way as well? I think that automatically you're gonna compare it to the game because you know this from the game. it's gonna be a hard thing to do to watch the show and not compare it to the game. Are you guys plan on doing that?
I feel like allowing the dialogue from the game, a lot of the good hitting moments and scenes and scenery, like the building uh, leaning on the other building, that's direct shot from the game. Great dialogue in the game is going to leak into the show. That's a good reference point. But if they want to make it an enjoyable show for people that haven't played the game, they're gonna have to reach outside
The,
of the
re-
box.
the reason why I say that is because you said they should have added like at least 3 jump scares in this episode, and that's like if I go by the game, that's not what happens in the game, right? They don't encounter uh, any of the infected until like next episode.
All right. Anybody else want to chime in?
Fact.
I have a question, Jody.
What's up?
When that old lady had that hair, she wasn't eating someone that was spaghetti coming out of her mouth?
It was supposed to be like the fungus, I guess.
Okay. I thought she
The
was
raw,
eating.
the raw virus or fungi
Correct.
itself.
Okay. I thought that she was biting somebody's skull and eating their hair, so I didn't catch that.
Well, I guess she was technically eating their hair if you eating the skull, but
Because I saw that stuff and I thought it was hair. I thought
oh
it was,
no, that's not it. All right, let me see. Does anybody else in this Discord have chime in? Qui-Gon, what about you?
So did they just like put the girl? What's the girl name? What's the little girl name? Because I ain't never played the game.
Ellie.
Ellie.
Yeah. So did they just put her on Joel?
That's
Just
what it
say,
looked like.
yo, go ahead.
Yes, they
because
did.
you got to take her to this place or whatever. Does that happen in the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. So I guess
I
she
feel
gonna,
like it was more convincing in the game, though.
it was forced. Jody
agree.
said he felt like it was rushed
Yes.
or forced, actually.
Yes.
They didn't make it seem like they really knew Marlene. Marlene and Joel have history, so that's why she felt safe.
I
to
picked up
do
on that. I picked up on
Okay.
that. I mean, she said, "I know what you both are capable of."
Qui-Gon,
So-
are you saying that did you feel like that it was a dump session? He dumped Ellie on her and it was just quick?
Nah, I'm not saying that. I just don't understand the little girl in this show because I'm just not watching this
Oh,
shit, so I
shout out
don't
to
understand.
Tyrese! Dropped the first 100 in 2023!
Oh,
Woo,
Reese.
woo! Shout out to my dog Tyrese. He says, "Welcome back, homies." It's a very solid episode. My favorite part was the beginning interview scene. Acting so far is good in the show. Pedro is really doing a good job, man. Thank you so very much, Tyrese. That means a lot. First one of the year, I gotta remember that. 2023. My dog Reese did that shit. Thank you, bro.
Now, one thing I do
Appreciate
like
you,
that they
man.
did in the beginning of the, like towards the beginning of the episode, is they mentioned Riley. If you play the game, you know who that is. So that's an important character to Ellie. Hopefully they show that more in the show. My bad.
Based off the
That's
trailer, they will.
very important to Ellie's backstory.
Anybody that joined in and jumped in and didn't catch it, we talking about The Last of Us. Shout out to Alex. I know you watching, Alex. We talking about The Last of Us on HBO Max. The video game turned pop culture phenom.
I thought
show.
the episode was good, man. Let me see. Trixie's here. I don't know if she's at work or something. Trixie, are you there? Do you have anything to chime in? Raiden? Anything from Raiden?
Oh yeah. I disagree with Sad. It's gonna be hard for me not to compare it to the game. You know, it was mentioned earlier back. Before we went live, they said like they cut out a part in the game because I also played the game. They cut out a gunfight where Tess and Joel were in a gunfight with the guy named Robert. And the thing about that is,
That would've been
I think
tight.
most of us have agreed that the second half of the episode dragged a lot and it was like mellowed out. And in the game,
Yeah.
those things are added there for pacing issues to make sure that the players are still engaged. So I feel like if the show continues in this fashion in which they just choose to cut out the gunfights and just move from point A to B and just have these long stretches of just nothing happening, it's going to get boring for a lot of viewers.
I agree.
So I felt
They
like
should've
that was
cut
an
out.
issue.
They should have left it in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that sounded like that would've been tight.
There were also scenes in the show that I feel like the episode didn't have to be as long as it was, scenes that were like just unnecessary to me because like the scene where Tess was sitting in the room with the guy trying to tell him that she wasn't going to tell Joel after they beat her up or whatever. That scene was so unnecessary. Like they could have cut that out and you could have still had the same effect.
Well, you know why they put it there, bro.
She could have continued and said the same thing to Joel. And then in the beginning of the episode with the daughter visiting the old lady's house, I felt like that could have been, cut. I felt like that was just extra fluff because the game, I agree with Jody. I think the death scene of the daughter hit more in the game for me. And they did so much less in the game than they did in the show. And
the music, bro.
It goes to show it's not the amount of content, it's the quality of the content. So
and that music,
So hold on. If you're saying the game was more emotional and it did less, why would you want to do less if it was less emotional by doing more?
What?
Wouldn't they make it if the show did less or what we've seen, right? Let's say they take all that beginning stuff out, right? And there's only the deaths. Wouldn't it be even less emotional?
No, I don't think so.
The way they
if they nailed it just like they did in the game, I think it would work.
So you're saying them adding that beginner part made it less emotional?
No, I'm saying it didn't help at all. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I disagree.
I
But you
think
realize though, that
like
scene in the game sets the tone for the whole entire like story.
Yes.
Yeah, it does in this too,
I
though.
agree.
Without playing the game, bro, watching it does.
It does too.
Yeah, I think it makes sense
Watching it
for the
the
common
first
viewer.
time, it does.
I mean, this is
I was saying for example, like I was saying my uncle, right? Like he's not a gamer. So I told him,
wait.
like,
I
about the
don't want
show.
you guys to, I'm not saying it wasn't an emotional scene. I'm just saying for me, I think it hit harder in the game for me. Like it made me tear up in the game.
The game handled it better too.
I don't think anybody.
The game did a better job.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody.
But that scene has to hit though. To set
Why in the
tone.
game did it
Like, he
do a
has
better
to do
job?
It was was more tight, compact. They had the music going.
The music,
the urgency was just. I felt like the urgency was way better in the game too. But I think they still did a good job in the show for what it was.
Yeah.
But do you think that being able to play as Joel, running with your daughter in your arms, the stress of it as a game player, you're going to put yourself in a position of I got to protect my goddamn daughter.
Yeah, facts. That's
for
facts.
sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you were running as Joel, carrying Sarah. Oh, Sarah, what the fuck they name her in here? But yeah, you were carrying your daughter through those alleys and trying to outrun the infected and all that stuff and shit and shoes on fire.
I got something to say about that.
Yeah.
While they was trying to get away and sneak away, that scene was kind of stupid to me.
Yeah.
They should have been caught. The light flashed on them, I think like twice.
Oh my!
In the game,
I think they should have been caught.
It's a lot better.
I think they should have been
think
caught.
That scene was like a rip-off from Resident Evil, straight from the
I think the directing was bad on that. I'm gonna blame directing for that. The scene where they was trying to sneak away through the what was it, like a tunnel or some shit? It was something. Yeah. I feel like
little directorial error with the light hitting the character. For me,
they might have been directing.
I had a directorial error scene where they had to separate, and the way they executed them having to separate.
Yeah.
By that alleyway and just a car that's on fire is making them go different directions.
Yeah.
I don't think that they handled that really well. Because I'm thinking to myself, go around that motherfucker.
Yeah. Are you talking about the crash?
Yes. So then I'm looking at the shot.
Jody was visibly upset when that happened.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
I
shot.
understand that either.
You noticed
But even in the game, Jody, that doesn't work that well.
But nah, it didn't stick out.
Resident Evil 2, isn't it? Because that's what they did with the train.
It didn't stick out.
So I'm like, that's a rip-off. And so when he ran through the alley and then there's like zombies to the left around the corner, that's exactly in the mansion of Resident Evil. It's like, what is that about?
What? What are y'all talking about, bro?
That scene, it's pretty much a rip-off of one of the Resident Evil games. I mean, I haven't played this particular game. My brother did. But I mean, it's like in Resident Evil 2, they crashed the train, they couldn't get past it. They've done that with a car in this.
So are you saying...
You're saying that's to the left, there's zombies. Like that's exactly what happened on the first zombie scene in Resident Evil as well.
Is that what are you saying? This is a rip off of Resident Evil?
No, I'm saying those two scenes seem very. I mean,
I guess you're saying that took inspiration from Resident Evil. Those scenes.
Yeah, and that's what you're saying. That scene is rip.
Yeah, that scene is like it seems very close cut to Resident Evil.
Okay.
I just might be.
It's all opinions. Everybody got one.
Billy Bohilly already says the show is trash.
Yeah, a couple people don't like it. A couple people in the chat have not. They said they don't like it. They really.
I ain't going that far.
Are we
honest, bro.
Are we gonna go as far as say that we don't like Leanna
I ain't going that
Mormont?
far.
They said Ellie's ugly. People say Ellie's ugly.
I'm not gonna
Who
say
got the
she's
balls to
ugly.
say it? She look a little weird, dog.
She don't look like Ellie though.
She look a little weird, dog. Let's
She
keep
does
it a
not
buck.
look like
Let's keep
Ellie.
it a buck. She
She
look
not
a little
cute.
weird.
Cute and adorable in that game.
Bro, I'll be honest with you, Jody. Hold on. I'll say this. I'll start off with saying this, right? Now, I would be lying. She is a little bit I had internal thoughts, right? Like, damn, she kind of hideous. But
Kinda.
when I was thinking to myself, and then hold on. I myself, if someone is unattractive, does that mean I can't care for them or what they experience? Like, if there's a cute girl,
it makes it harder.
Now I'm just saying, I know if there's a cute girl versus an ugly girl, and they both get beat up, who will I care about more?
The cute girl.
Yeah, and then but I can't. That's fucked up to think that way, right?
No, it's not. It's life. It's life.
No.
It's why pretty girls have it easy in this world, and ugly ones do not. Yeah, it's life.
No. You say it's life, but someone could also make an argument like depicting race, but like, oh, it might be. I feel more attached when it's a white girl instead of a black girl when they go through shit.
That's fine. You know? That's their prerogative.
But you shouldn't go about casting in movies and doing like based off that like premise. That's retarded, bro. That's fucked up. And that's what they've done in the past
too.
They've casted based off
everything in life disagrees with what you're trying to sell me on, nigga. We live in a society that's very harsh in judging. We live in a society where pretty runs the world. The cuteness actually matters and has a huge impact. And usually ugly, fat people
I'll be honest,
like me
But I'll tell y'all
get
this
looked
though.
over, my nigga.
To add context.
And I'm not calling her ugly. I'm saying she does look a little.
Because you need the context.
She ugly, bro.
She not
ugly.
cute. She not cute.
She in the middle. She in the middle.
No,
she creator of the game.
We will not have lies here. We can't even say she in the middle, my niggas. Cute book.
I'm saying
the creator of the game picked her though.
This is why I'm saying this, Jody. Right? This is why I'm saying this. For that, Sarah, right? Joel's daughter. That death scene, right? That you can argue
if she was
that
ugly. I'm not crying.
No. I'm saying you can argue that like. No. What if some people are like, you know what? I felt more sad for the white version, and a part of it is because she's black. Fucked up, nigga. Like that's fucked.
No, a lot of people will feel sadder seeing a black character die like that because
you mean a white character.
Some people will feel sadder seeing a white character die. Some people will feel sad seeing a black character die if they're biased to that race. Yeah, and there's nothing really wrong with that. This is not.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Another black woman killed by the police.
Is it sad seeing when a black guy gets killed by the cops? Does that not resonate with us?
Especially right now, yes.
Okay, it shouldn't. It should resonate with us just as much as a white person getting killed by the police.
It should, but they don't.
Just like you said, the pandemic hit home. That's why it hits home right now. We see it so much.
Just because something occurs a lot doesn't mean that's what the right thing is to do, right?
No, it's not about occurring. It's about our emotion, how we are as a society, bro. Societal norms. It is a societal norm that we are.
No, but I told you. But here's the thing: you can fix it, right? It started off like that with this Ellie character, but then I saw her in the show. I saw how she's acting, her little quips. I'm like, you know what? She's growing on me. Yes. I look past the fact that she might not be cute.
I don't want you to confuse people from what we're saying here.
Yeah.
Ugly people or unattractive or not pretty, they have it a little bit harder than beautiful, prettier people. But they can get to the same destination. It's just a little bit more speed bumps along the road. So I fully believe that this actress is I'm going to fall in love with her. I believe so. She's a great actress. So far, everything I've been seeing, I'm great with. So all I'm saying is that the road to success often is easier for the prettier face. And that's not something we can't really, who's going to disagree with this?
Nobody can.
This is how we've been operating as a society.
Pretty get it easy. Pretty do definitely get it a bit easier. I always find that it's the more average looking person who managed to actually sustain and keep it, like, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all capping. She don't look that bad.
You crazy, bro.
I feel like she don't look bad, bro.
Who's saying she looks bad? I'm not saying she looks bad. Who's saying she looks bad?
You just said she not in the middle, my nigga. I know what that
means. That head looks swole.
I see her head look.
Hey, bro. Hey, she got that Jay Leno chin, bro, for real.
She a little puffy.
I ain't saying she look ugly, bro. I don't think she look ugly.
I don't think she looks
ugly,
either, bro.
Not ugly enough to make me like, I don't like this. I don't like this girl.
I I feel
What is
like
it?
too as her character.
I could definitely see her being gay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Cause I
Yeah,
didn't.
for
You can
sure.
see that in the game. She was gay.
Yeah,
Nah, I didn't see that.
I did.
I did
it
not.
was.
She
You,
looked
you
like.
didn't play
You
the
ever play the
DLC.
DLC?
Yeah, you didn't play the
I didn't
DLC.
play the
I
DLC.
played the
Okay,
DLC,
then there you
but
go. That's
even
fine.
without it, she looked like a gay ass little
I
girl.
heard about it though. I
No,
mean,
I couldn't. I couldn't tell until the DLC.
she just looked like a regular
She just
Juno
seemed
tomboy
like
cute
a
chick.
tomboy.
How
Yeah,
old is
Yeah.
she supposed to be?
Come on, Jody.
Like
like
14.
12,
That wasn't
14.
her. That's not her. That's when she's a man.
I feel like her
What?
character.
She becomes a
That's when
man.
she's a man.
She gets manly and
No,
shit.
she grows up.
I think her girlfriend's a man though.
Leona could grow up to look like this. That's not cute.
That's go to the Last of Us. That's
Yeah,
part
yeah,
two.
you're right.
Oh, that's
You're
part
right.
two.
That's part two when she's a cute little girl. She's basically, I guarantee you, she's Juno. Have you seen the movie Juno?
Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
looks exactly like Juno. I swear, Sony ripped her off, bro. Sony ripped off Ellen Page, and then guess what? Ellen Page is now Elliot Page.
Juno is Umbrella Academy girl, y'all.
Yeah, Elliot Page.
okay.
Oh fuck, that
name.
is her.
Yo, fuck.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
His name is Elliot Page now. So
And they
They
adapted
look
the
kind of
TV show.
similar.
I think they were going for that.
That's
look.
what Jody's saying.
That's
They look
I-
kind of similar.
I think this
Since
was
you saying
intentional.
that might be. I feel like her character is gonna be annoying to me as a person that didn't play the game. I
She
feel
played
like
in Inception.
She's gonna be annoying. She's gonna
Yeah,
do
she was
some shit.
Inception.
She's gonna do some shit that people are gonna.
Wait,
be,
you don't
ups-
you don't
upset
remember
about.
anything from the game?
He didn't play the
He
game.
never played it.
But he was right there. You didn't watch you play it?
I watched them
See,
play it,
Qui-Gon, this kid is
remember
cute
that.
in this
but
game.
but I feel like she's gonna. Like
Yeah.
I said, I feel like she's gonna be annoying though.
She don't look that bad.
Being sarcastic.
I
All
mean,
the
she's
time.
not
She's gonna do
she's
shit
not
that,
as
that, that
bust.
she's
She's
not
not an
supposed to be
ugly
doing.
person.
Oh, go ahead. They were interrupting you.
I said I feel like she's gonna be annoying. She's her being sarcastic. I feel like she's gonna be doing shit that risk their life and stuff like that. I just feel like she just give me that vibe that she's gonna be one of the characters that you don't like.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can see where he's
yes.
coming from.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She look like
I was
going
I was
y'all
getting
probably.
those vibes like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, and this I'm just gonna say this again, keep it 100. 2023, I'm just saying what I feel. Freak you.
Yeah.
You didn't do that in 2022 and 2020, 2021?
he been doing that
I did
forever.
No, I did not. I was muzzled.
It's gonna get worse? Oh god.
I was muzzled.
Man, that nigga said some shit.
Yeah.
He said some shit during that reaction.
Yeah, YouTube don't give a freak about me, nigga. They got me shadow banned, nigga. They're not putting my alerts out, my videos out. They're trying to kill me.
Cause you
nigga.
black.
I know that black skin, my nigga. And I say the words that they don't want me to say. Real shit. So
And you light skin.
I know it's weird, ain't it? So I'm gonna say this: Ellie in the game, when she's gonna do annoying things based in the game. She does some annoying shit that made me be like, Ellie, you dumb bitch.
Like to the point you just want to.
Yes, she does shit where I be like,
Yeah.
you dumb, but she's
Yeah.
cute. So it's like, all right,
Nah.
when this ugly motherfucker do some
Oh.
shit, I'm gonna be like, you dumb bitch. I hope she get killed.
And she mid to
Oh,
me,
no.
so I'm gonna be
Somebody
mad.
said it in the comments, and I fact checked it. Yeah, Hollywood Reporter, Jody, 2 days ago, Bella Ramsey came out as gender fluid.
Oh, look at this.
That's her.
The Last of Us star Bella Ramsey, who plays Ellie in the show, has come out as gender fluid. That's why
Wow.
and that's
That's what
exactly what I said. They put her in this role because they knew about her sexuality. That's what they want to go for.
You'll be perfect for this part.
And
Yeah.
the thing about Hollywood is that she did it 2 days before this release. And that's here's the thing when they cast her, she's comes from one of the strongest shows. She's got ties with HBO. She's already in the payroll. They know her. They know she. A lot of times right now you have problems with actors off screen and on screen. Kids growing up, so she's getting a little older. They like to keep it in house. Then you got your man Pedro Pascal, another hit show. So would they rather grab her, who's already been in the spotlight for 4 years?
I think it's a good thing that they got her. I champion her as an actress. All I care about is your acting. I don't give a freak about what coochie hole, whatever you licking. I don't care about.
It's your personal.
Bro.
Don't bring sexuality personal to scenes where it wasn't there.
But you said the character ends up growing up and becoming.
That's two, right?
In the first game, there's no gayness in it. But I guarantee
Yeah,
you, in this,
yeah,
in
yeah.
The
this,
DLC, yeah.
in this
And the
season,
mid-
There is actually- there
in
is.
this season, there will be.
DLC.
Hold on,
DLC.
hold on,
mentioned
hold on.
it, and even in the main game, they
Hold on.
mentioned her.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're combining the DLC because the DLC is a kind of a prologue to the game, right?
What
so
is
they're combining
DLC?
DLC is basically when you extend the game.
Downloadable content.
Okay.
Yeah, when you extend a game to show like previously or like I don't know after the game is completed or before the game even starts, like what happened, like certain events. That's what happened.
Yeah, it was a story expansion, basically.
So in the DLC, they showed she was more gay.
No,
She was gay.
He was gay in the DLC, like full on
That's
gay.
funny, bro. In a DLC.
But they
wanna
hinted
creep
at
it
it
up on
during
you.
the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
With so much drama in the DLC.
Yeah, bro. If that little girl, bro, if it's irritating in the game, bro, and if she's irritating in the show, and plus she looked mid, I'm gonna be mad.
Thank
I'm not gonna cap.
That's what it is.
So are
I'm
we?
gonna be mad,
Hold on,
bro.
hold on. Are we? This is the type of reviewing you niggas wanna. Man, cause she ugly, nigga. I ain't gonna care about her as much.
No,
It's not about
no,
she
no,
ugly.
no,
I'm just
no,
we're
no.
talking about just the
Isn't
character,
Swag
bro.
Kage good at that? He takes
I feel like she's
something.
going to be one of those
Swag
characters.
takes
you know, like,
something that nobody said.
This
Says
nigga
we
literally
said it.
said it. You literally said that
He
things that
did
you
say
would have
it.
been like, hold on. This nigga literally said in the game, but because she was cute, I wasn't as mad at her as. That's what you said.
That is what I said.
Yes, and that's exactly what I just asked you.
No,
This
it's
is what
not.
you
Let
niggas
me
said.
ask you a
it's not.
question.
No, it's not.
Let me play devil's advocate with you for a second. If you're dating a girl and she's a 4 and she does something dumb, and you're dating and the same girl, different face, different body, she's a dime and she does something dumb, which will you have more tolerance for? The beautiful girl that does something dumb to piss you off,
Keep it up,
or
bud.
the 4 that pisses you
That's
off?
for you, Swag.
Okay, so how you should have answered this, right?
Nah, just answer it. Just answer the shit.
Can I answer? Jesus Christ. It's the exact same way. The difference comes if I'm trying to have sex with a girl. If I'm trying to just have
Thank you
sex
for
with
your
a girl.
answer, Swag.
Oh,
You
so I
didn't say
can't
shit.
expect.
You didn't say
So
just
niggas
answer the shit, bro.
I'm
So here's
asking
the
you, are
problem.
you
Do
going to
wanna
cut
win a
or
point?
lose?
Hold on. Sad, let me ask you, do you want to win a point or do you actually want to know how my mind works? I'm
He
genuinely asking.
switched your
We're not
question.
talking
Not a
about sex.
question
We're
with a
talking
question.
about dating. We're not
Yeah,
talking
and
about
I'm telling
sex.
you-
We're talking about a
Yeah.
relationship.
Relationship is the exact same because I'm invested in that person's personality and who they are. I don't give a fuck if they're cute or
Same
ugly. Nigga, you do some
everything.
dumb shit.
Everything is the same.
Swag say he don't care, bro.
Yeah, I told you I don't care. I
Same
only care if it's
personality.
sex.
Same personality. A clone, nigga. Just one is ugly, one's not.
Everything's the same. It's still the same. I'm pretty. Yeah, I don't know.
Cap. Go find your cap and put it on.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
nigga
Yeah, I
I'm
think
lying.
you capping
This nigga
too.
be
I
lying
think you
out here,
capping
bro.
too.
Stop lying,
I'm
nigga.
lying.
Lying motherfucker.
Wait. So hold on.
you-
Hold on. Is your point that I have to take like how I
No.
go about dating to how I review a show? Is
No,
that like
that's not my
dumb
point.
retard?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
No,
Shit,
I'm asking
anybody?
sad.
Oh,
No, I was just trying to get. I was trying to say that most people are more lenient.
I can't believe you guys are arguing on this. Like, am I the one that's
we're
insane
not.
saying, "Hey
We're
guys,
not arguing.
let's
We're
not
just
judge"?
No, they're
having a
insane for that
discussion. Nobody's
No.
arguing
I'm
here.
just saying, hey guys, I feel like it's a bit dumb to just even state that. Like, if a character's ugly, I feel like I won't care as much. It's like, nigga, all right, you can have that internal thought, but if we're going into reviewing, I don't think that matters like at all. Is that really that crazy of a take? That's
I mean, I'm
insane.
just being honest, bro.
It's been
Just
characters.
being honest.
It's been people. It's been actors.
It's-
It's been people who in movies and shows who are ugly characters, and you root for those characters. It doesn't have to. It don't matter
I
about
want you
them
to know,
being ugly.
that's why
It
people
has a
don't
lot.
get hired. That's why people don't get hired, my nigga. That's why black people or other people's a race, if they don't reach the beauty standards, my nigga, don't get hired.
All that's changing now. That's not the
If
same.
they don't got
anymore.
exactly, that's changing for the better. And I'm
Yeah.
telling y'all, like the way y'all niggas don't see this, or at least from what you just said there,
Please
E,
be
that you don't
careful
see
when
that
you say the
nigga.
word y'all. You gotta call out people.
Yeah,
correctly.
E, like
E-man,
based what you
E-man,
just
stop calling
said,
me
E,
E.
my nigga.
E-man.
Oh,
Not
so let me
E.
ask, is it E man as in E is your first name and E man is your last, or
E-man
is it
is
like
my
E
name,
hyphen?
bro. E-man is my name.
Is it E hyphen man or E and then
No,
E-man,
nigga,
man,
I'm not about to
same
go with
shit.
that. It's E-man.
It's EMAN. No hyphen. No letters. Nothing. Just done.
Okay, E man.
Iman.
What's that short for?
like
Emmanuel?
the model.
Emmanuel. They just cut the other letters off.
E man. Yeah, like your whole entire talking point you just said there is literally like the same shit they would do to like segregate a nigga. Like, I need you to understand that.
I want to be clear that I'm not bringing up this girl's looks. It was brought up, so I'm talking about it because I thought of it too. We are keeping it a buck here. Other YouTube channels won't
Right.
discuss this. When the cameras are off and they get around their homies, they discuss this shit in the dark. I just want you to know that, Swag.
No, you're completely right.
We're just
but
doing it
having no. Here's the problem.
in the
Here's the
light.
problem. We're discussing whether the show is good or not, and niggas are using it as an argument.
No,
It was a casting.
Qui-Gon literally. No.
It was a
Qui-Gon-
debate over the decision that they made over the casting of the young woman for the part.
Swags just said that we are using her looks on.
No, I
If
said
we're
some
saying
niggas
if this show is good or not. That's some bullshit.
No.
We already said that we liked the first episode.
Did
We
I?
already said it.
Did I? Hold on. I said to show if the show is good or not. That's what I said.
Yes.
Okay.
You said you're going off of her looks to decide whether this show is good or not.
No, not at all. I'm saying some niggas literally said, right? They're going off of the looks to decide if they care enough if something bad happens to her or not, right? Meaning if there's any validity in like an emotional scene. That has nothing to do with how good the show is overall.
Nah, I think it's off what her actions does.
Facts.
What her actions do, bro.
Jody said he could fall in love with her.
He didn't hear that.
No.
Did you hear him say he could fall in love with her?
I'm not even addressing.
He didn't hear that I said that I'm glad that they cast her because she's a good actress.
Why do niggas become triggered like every time like your point gets contended? Like I don't like.
Because you casting judgment and lying on us, bro.
I'm really not.
All right, listen, bro. You got to get them balls and say names. When you say y'all niggas or we or y'all, you talk about me.
I was literally going.
I'm just gonna tell you right now. If you say y'all, you talk about me.
Bro, I said some niggas did this, and I was about to say Qui-Gon literally said this, and you cut me off.
Name.
Yeah, you talking about me, bro. Whenever I hear y'all, you talking about me.
Yeah, name.
Yeah,
Somebody left.
So with that
I got a question
information,
for Sad,
you know
though.
now. Yeah.
Who's that?
That's 5-star.
I got a question for you, though.
Yes, sir.
Sad.
Yes, sir.
Is it a casting issue if the creator of the game, right, puts his stamp of approval and he himself chose that person?
When something becomes public property, it also becomes public opinion. Like if Beyonce sings a song, right? It's Beyonce's song. But if she decides to add Migos ad-libs all through it in her live version, me as a ticket holder can hold my opinion on this rendition of Beyonce's new song. If she start and all that in it, I'm not. What is Beyonce doing? Yes, it's her song, but it's a communal effort because this is a give and take between the game players, the viewers, and the person that wrote it. It's no longer yours. You've given it to the world. If you sell me a car and I want to put rims on it, Toyota might not like that. That's my car now. You see what I'm saying? So it's communal. It's not just, whatever he wants to dictate to us, that's it. We've lived the game. I get that. Casting is a combination of the look of the person and the acting chops. And my point was that Leona has the acting chops. We know she can carry a scene at a young age. She's carried a scene 4 years ago. One of the most powerful scenes. She outshined 40% of the actors in Game of Thrones. So yes, I could see why they would want to cast her. But this is maybe a case of Hollywood going for a big name versus the exact look. Maybe they said, well, how she looks isn't that important. Let's just get her because she's a great actress. And, on a side note, she's also aligned with the character sexually or she already has a fan base. She's got 100,000 Instagram followers. Her Instagram followers might not be as important to us as fans. Yes, we know her. I know Lawrence Fishburne, but he wouldn't be good in the part of Pedro Pascal's character. You know what I'm saying? So just because she's popular and talented doesn't mean that that's what the people who invested their $69.99 in the game, that doesn't mean that they're going to love her just because she looks like the character or doesn't look like the character. That's what we're establishing. We're reliving the whole process, and casting decisions are going to play a big part.
Another thing too, though.
Go on, 5-star. Go on, you go first.
So, for her casting thing, also, right? They told her not to play the game in preparation for the show. So she only got to play the game after the show wrapped up, and she played at the studios. So during all this, she doesn't really know anything about the game. She's just reading the script, going by what they told her to do.
Okay, that's how it should be.
She can't help. I don't know if that's how it should be. Is she?
No, that's not how it should be.
I don't know if I agree with that decision. That's their decision, We'll see if it pays off. When somebody goes into Star Wars and they don't know anything about Star Wars, we've seen that blow up in our face.
That's not because of the actors. That's because of the writers.
Would you want to go in blind? All right, we're playing the Dallas Cowboys next week. Do you want to never watch the Dallas Cowboys and study them to see what you're supposed to do on the field, or you want to go in and go in blind?
I want to study.
No. That's terrible. That's a terrible example because the Cowboys always
go fuck up. Okay, hey, but it's a great
Cowboys always gonna fuck up. That's a terrible example.
Great example.
I think the thing with making games into movies is different from obviously comics and books. Because in those you have a solid description, and I think when you make a game into a film, you generally you have a description, you have a visual go ahead for the characters, but you've also got to think that it's more important, I think, to get someone who fits and can act the actual character rather than a look version, because they're computer animated. You can get someone that looks exactly how they're supposed to look and not carry the character.
Yeah. Right, but when you develop
little differences like that don't really matter when it goes from gameplay to movie, because that's what they do with Resident Evil as well. They mess up half those actors to play certain characters, but they played the majority of them the way they were supposed to.
Yeah, I also think that when you do have a video game character, yes, it's different because you've played the game. You haven't played the game, Trixie, but your brother has. But guess what? When they were sitting there designing that character, at least 200 people have insight on how Elle acts, how she looks, what she sounds like. There were directors in the studio recording the voices with the real life actor that did that. There's 40 other people creating the look. Her clothing, her hair.
We lost you.
I'm going.
Yeah, you're gone.
I fully understand that, but when you know what I mean.
So she could read without playing the game. She could still read at least 45 to 100 pages of intel on what Elle looks like, carries herself like, and acts like. So it's just a weird. It's just a weird dynamic that we have with this whole video. Oh, we both out with the whole video game thing. And I don't mind how she looks. I like her. I don't play the game, so I'm not torn. I will watch the opening scene, but it could be a problem in Hollywood, because let me tell you what the main problem is. These people get in there and they want to make it. We're watching it to relive it. So the people that played the game want to re-experience this for the first time. But the Hollywood agenda is the director wants to add this, and the producer wants to add that, and the casting director, everybody wants to say they touched this property. They're not trying to give us what we got already. They're trying to relive it with nuances, and some of those changes simply aren't going to work. And I don't know if it's too soon to tell.
I 100% agree with that. If you literally just take into account the Resident Evil, 100% agree with that. Silent Hill wasn't so bad. But what I mean is, if you look at the girl from the game, because I know she was a little cute, pretty blonde girl, wasn't she?
But then she had dark hair. She had brown hair.
Oh, you don't see she was Resident.
So where some of those scenes are very similar to Resident Evil, I think they might have gone a slightly different bit to not get the backlash from that bit. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that's what they did, but when you have things that are so similar, it's maybe not so important to get that look right, because it can over mimic something.
Yeah, like Tomb Raider. You know what I mean? Of course, the video game curse has not. I see none of that here. I think they're gonna have a hit. I think it's gonna be good. I can't see them failing. And like I said, HBO has good credit with me.
I didn't dislike the first episode. I didn't dislike it at all. I feel like it was parts of it were a little bit long, but they've got to put that in there to build. Do you know what I mean? The history and relationships and the characters and that kind of stuff. I mean, I just don't think that the fact that she doesn't look like the game character is going to make really any difference, because I think she's going to carry the character well. She'll probably be a little Carl Grimes. She'll do stuff that makes us at starts, but as she grows and progresses as a character, you'll kind of go, oh, well, that's how she is. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'm going to compare it to about a season 1 to Walking Dead season 1, just because the zombie aspect of it. Walking Dead season 1 was fire.
Facts.
That shit. It's a high bar, but I'm gonna still compare it to it.
Yeah, that's you. I don't know why, but okay.
Because it's
I'll just say it like this.
It's a zombie TV series.
I'm sorry.
It has the same shit in it.
Yeah.
Am I like
Oh,
going
shit.
insane or something?
All the zombie stuff gets compared, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's always going to.
HBO
And it
right
always
now.
will be.
I agree with that.
Listen.
Episode
HBO
one
right
Walking Dead to episode 1 of this, Walking Dead smashed it 100%.
No,
However, Fear the Walking Dead did not.
Facts.
That was a flop. And
HBO
don't
right
even get me started on World Beyond.
now. Damn, nigga, HBO right now, right? And this one episode of The Last of Us, like this is probably like some of the best like first episode like in a TV show I've ever seen. Like the quality in this, like I don't know what high bar like you niggas are looking for, especially with some of these critiques. I don't understand. It seems to me.
What are some of the critiques? Name some of the critiques that we have.
Okay, so this one nigga said that I didn't like that they shined the it felt a bit forced when they shined the light on
That was
Ellie.
Qui-Gon.
I feel like
I don't know why he do that.
Yeah, I think that was stupid. And another one said that it feels like it was forced, the whole meeting with Joel and Ellie, even though that happened kind of the exact same way in the game.
That was me. And no, it
Hold
did
on.
not.
Can I respond to that?
That was me.
said
And no, it did
you
not.
said to name the criticisms, right? I'm gonna go one by one.
Hold on, let him finish.
Do you want me to go at niggas or go one by one with the criticisms?
No. Let's
Keep
go
going.
one by one, and I want to hear what the hell.
You're naming criticisms, and I'm putting the names to those criticisms. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, fine. Yeah, and then there's the whole, I feel like Ellie's ugly. Just bringing that up. Like,
I don't know who said that, but somebody said it.
You don't know who said she's ugly?
Who said
it? Are you serious? It didn't like every. What the
Who said it,
I'm
Swag?
quite sure that was
I didn't
you,
say that
Swag.
shit.
You say that she was
I'll
kind of
take
funny
it.
looking.
I'll
and then
take
she
it.
grew
I'll
on
take
you.
that. I'll take that.
Jody, it was me, my nigga. Keep going on.
All right,
I agree.
I did not.
I
If nobody want to claim it, I'll claim it.
I agree with
I
you
did
too.
not.
I agree with it. So
All right.
shit.
Jody did say she looked like a dot.
Hey, bro,
dot.
all these are for me, my nigga. So
Oh,
I'm a.
Yeah,
That's
and then like
Lil
the
J
whole.
Little.
Like,
I said
and then,
Lil J Little
the
right
other
there,
one.
bro.
Jody said she looked like a dot candy.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, and the
Dipping
other one
dot.
was.
Damn.
And then the other one was.
He
I
called
look
her
like
ugly.
melted ice cream, my nigga. What we want?
In the
Yeah, I think-
show. This wasn't chat related. He in the show. He was like,
Yeah,
"Yo,
she's like a
she's
dot."
looking kind of funny."
You
Yeah, and
said
I think-
she looks funny.
Ah,
You said she looked funny or goofy or something like that. And then I elaborated that she looked like a dot.
She kind of do.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter what she looks like. Like, Swag is blowing it up out bigger than it is, bro. We don't even have a lot of gripes with this episode other than the fact. How about the main gripe of that? The middle of this episode felt boring.
Facts.
Well, it's
That's
going
it.
to.
That's the main
That's
gripe.
It's going to.
No,
had
I
to
disagree with that.
I had to
I don't
stretch a few
think it was-
times, man.
You disagree with that?
I guess
Okay.
that's the one we can hold on. I guess that's the one we can kind of argue. I don't think it was boring. I felt like, and it's actually interesting. I felt like it was adding like character development to certain characters,
Like
which
who?
mean a lot more.
There was
example,
there was no development, in my opinion. I want you to say.
For
who.
example, hold on. For example, Tess, right? For the people who've played the game, something
Get the
happened,
fuck out of here. Get
right?
the fuck
And
out of here, bro.
Exactly.
Let him finish.
Let him finish.
No,
let him
bro,
finish. Let him
because-
finish. It's trash.
Wait, I'm sorry.
For sure, bro.
I'm sorry. He
For sure.
said, hold on. Everybody stop. This nigga always does this. I love it. He said, "Get the fuck out of here." What are you talking about?
For the people who played the game, nigga, why I'm watching it without playing the game, bro.
Yeah.
So that shit is boring to me. I
Am I
don't know these
addressing you?
characters,
Hold
my
on.
nigga.
Am I
I don't know
addressing-
these.
You gotta leave the game out of it. You gotta leave the
Why
game out.
must you two
You
always
said
do
to start this.
man?
No, Lottie, you
This
wasn't
nigga
here.
actually seems to be
Before
retarded.
this,
I'm
Like,
pretty
you
sure I
two
said-
all right, we're not
always
gonna
do
talk
this
over
shit.
each other. This is what we're not gonna do. We love having you all in the chat. There's a new format, so if you're talking, and you can comment, but don't talk over.
I
the
definitely
other
don't
person.
mind them hashing it out when they're trying to focus their stuff.
Yeah, get busy.
What
Get
is
busy.
wrong? What's wrong with this nigga? I said for the people who played the game, so I'm addressing those people.
But you're,
just saying, bro.
What part of the English language? I
You're-
nigga.
I go on.
you're alienating him. Okay.
Oh yeah, whatever. I'm saying, right, for the people who played the game, right, because there's a lot of criticisms that I keep hearing about people saying like, it might be true to the game, and it might not be true to the game. Hollywood agenda, they might change things up.
I don't know.
But then that criticism of it being boring till in that section of the story, it was the same way in the game. Like it was pretty boring. It was just characters getting around until it really got to the next episode where things really start to pop off. I feel like it had the same effect.
So you
I
agree?
No, it wasn't the same.
It was.
I
I
agree.
don't know what you're
Literally
talking about.
boring.
In the game, yeah,
Mhm.
It was-
the
it
whole
wasn't-
first section
Hold on,
dragged.
It was way more.
No, this
long.
is swag. This is
So-
what
so
I was
here's the-
talking about earlier with the pacing thing. In the game, for those long stretches of dialogue, like in the game, they make you do like a forced tutorial and you
So
do
this
shit
is
like
what
that.
you- hold
But
on,
they
hold on.
add those gunfight scenes in to pick the
This is
to
what you
add.
There's no. There are action scenes that can happen in cinematics, right? And then there's gameplay. There's always gameplay, and the game is like 90% gameplay. So of course, it's not gonna seem as boring when you're playing the entire game. Even walking, controlling the stick, and you're walking
No,
around.
Swag, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
No. Listen to me.
Let
Listen
him
to me.
finish.
Listen to me. It's not just it's not just gunfights. You're doing puzzles, right? You're doing puzzles. You're putting pieces up somewhere. It's never seems boring because you're immersed in the gameplay. You feel like you're the guy playing the game, so you feel like you're always accomplishing something. That's what you need to separate when you're critiquing a show. When you're critiquing the show and you're looking at the cinematic and what they were doing compared to the cinematics of the game, it's the exact same.
When you're playing the game, though, it's not that boring, even in the boring bits, because you're doing something. But if you convert that into a TV show, guess what? You will lose viewers if they're bored out. They're not.
Yeah, like what
Do
you want them to show? Like, hold on. Do you want them to show like Joel picking up a ladder? Hold on. Do you want them to show Joel picking up a ladder, placing it here, going up that foundation, and then picking up that ladder and doing a puzzle? Would that make it more exciting?
Well, I would play a game doing that, but I sure just don't want to watch someone do that.
Bro, they can do that and still have dialogue going on. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying would that because
that's what they do in the game. Through the game, majority of the dialogue.
If they just came across they're talking to each other when they're walking to meet the guy, right? And then they come across something that they can't get over because it's being blocked. And then Joel and Ellie has to lift up Ellie to lower a ladder for him to cross. That's tight, my nigga. What are you talking about?
Swag.
Ellie,
majority of like the character development that you get in the game comes between the dialogue in the game.
Give you an example.
What if they had to do the scene over like in the game?
Sad. This is for Sad Laward.
That should be boring.
That is someone who's going in blind, right? This is to show him how you translate game to show really well. You know that beginning dialogue point of them explaining the cordyceps and explaining how fungi can infect humans and how we already have forms of fungi that infect insects in today's modern day. You know that beginning portion?
Yes.
Yes. All of that you learn through like collectibles, my nigga. Listening to audio logs, listening to writings and papers you pick up like in the world, my nigga. So this said, okay, instead of like showing us a dumb game mechanic to translate to in cinema, right, to translate to shows, let me just put a beginning portion where it's explained, right? That's a good way of translating gameplay to show.
I agree with that.
Everyone liked that, right?
Yes.
But this other shit of you have to have a gunfight scene, just like nigga, that's gameplay, my nigga. Just like what the hell? I don't understand.
I don't understand why you're discrediting that.
It's crazy.
Why are you discrediting the gameplay like it's not a part of the story? Half the character development that you get with the characters in the game are them walking around doing shit, solving puzzles, having conversations.
And that's
like,
exactly what I'm saying. Hold on. That's exactly what I'm saying. Hold on. If half the shit is them walking around doing nothing and just talking, why are niggas upset about the pacing?
Oh wow!
Because they're not even they weren't doing talking in this episode, progressing the story forward at all. They were just
every scene had dialogue.
They were skipping to it would happen too fast, man.
The reason why that section was boring as titties.
So now he's saying it's happening too fast. So how did it
the dubbing of Ellie? I said the dubbing. Talking about the dubbing of Ellie happened too fast.
Oh, that scene. Okay, now we're talking about something else. Okay.
But the gunfight, though, even in the game, it's good for pacing. How you put that in the show in that time when the pacing starting to get slow, it's a good action scene to have to help the pacing.
Perfect.
Bolden,
yeah, Swag. Whether it's a video game or whether
Bolden, were you going to say something?
Well, I was just saying, for a person that played the game multiple times, the QZ's portion in the beginning of the game is the most boring part of the games when you're interacting after coming off a high of planes falling out of sky, shit burning up, and monsters. You're gonna get bored in that little section of the safety of the QZ zone. Of course, the safe areas are going to be the boring parts. Even with the shootout with Robert, I was bored out of my goddamn mind whenever I have to deal with humans in a horror aspect game. Once you get outside in the elements, episode 2, you're going to get those action scenes and those dramatic, tense moments that you are so dying to have. But in the game, it's just as boring with or without the shootout.
Disagree.
I feel like it would have been just as boring in the QZ.
I was very entertained. Hold
on.
I agree, Jody.
I was not bored at all.
I feel like it's a slippery slope. If they're just adding a gunfight just for fan to keep us on the edge of our seats and it doesn't really coincide with the story, it doesn't make sense. Once you do it once, you could start tap dancing all throughout the whole season, and originally we'll see through that and be like, oh, this is bullshit.
Yeah. So
it is a slippery slope, don't you think?
What they're comparing, Sad, is they want like gameplay elements, right? Gameplay scenes, like parts where it's gameplay, and they want to implement it into the show. I'm telling you, you have to compare the cinematic scenes from the game to the cinematics from the show, and that's what you compare with the story, not the gameplay elements, nigga. There's a bunch of gameplay sections where it's probably not even going to appear in the game. They get chased by a truck. All
you
types
don't want
of
to
shit,
do
nigga.
that, because then the show don't have a chance.
I don't want to do what?
You don't want to do that. Now you're ruining the show.
Sad. Those are things that add to the experience.
You don't want to do that.
What are you talking about?
You do not want to compare the cutscenes of the game to this show, because this show don't stand a chance.
No, it does story-wise. The story.
Don't do that.
Wait.
I got a question for Swag, actually. Not that he mentioned that.
The guy selling.
Story... What? Nigga, I'm saying the story is consistent. That's all that matters, right? If the story is consistent, not how good.
That's not the only thing that matters.
No. When it comes to comparing the game to the show, the story is the most important things that matter. Am I wrong with that?
No, because honestly, when you're playing with the game, it really comes with.
It complements the story very well, the gameplay.
Yeah, it has to like give something that you're gonna have to feel that you have. Because here's the thing: when I'm watching a show that's a game or anything like that, for example, The Witcher, perfect example. That first season was fire, and it had me have the same feeling I had for the game. With this, I can already feel there's going to be some parts where I'm like, yeah, this ain't going to have the same feeling that I used to have for the game. Because I played that game twice. Thank goodness I had a PS4.
But you're also experiencing it for the second time, correct?
No, not really, because it's a cinematic universe.
If I go to a movie, if I see a movie and they adapt it into a play, that play is not going to be able to do those things that the movie was able to do. So the TV show will not be able to do the same things that the game was able to do. It's just
correct.
There's going to be a lot of comparisons, though. A lot of people can compare this from the video game.
I don't think that we should. That's why I think we should watch the show on its own merits.
How can you not?
When certain things happen, we can say, "Oh, that was from the game. That was awesome."
Like, Sad. This is the problem with House of the Dragon, bro, and all these shows that are based off books. All these book readers. In the books, it was like this, and because of my interpretation, it's meant to be like this. I'm supposed to feel like
right. But you game players have now become the manga readers in this world.
Yeah.
We are.
So don't do that, guys. You guys are effing up the show.
Yeah, that's what you would say.
I ain't had no problem with the show. I like it.
We all like it. Does anybody here dislike this episode?
Billy?
No, I thought it was a great first episode.
It's a good first episode.
And the reason why we laid into Leanna's looks is simply because the shit was dry and nobody was saying anything.
No.
We got a 30-minute conversation off of that, bro. So
I know.
I gonna say there was a B, and that's insane to me. I'm just being honest.
So how you gonna be mad at this B? A B is a good grade, Swag. I think your A+ is insane.
No.
People feel like your A+ is a little high.
I think your A+ is cap, nigga. You said this is the greatest first episode on HBO?
What the hell? I never said that. I said I said HBO quality, right?
You said this is one of the greatest first episodes you've ever seen in your life.
In a show.
In a
Yes.
show, yes.
Great for the first 25 minutes.
You juicing this shit, nigga. You crazy, my nigga.
You never seen nothing like this.
Yeah, you got.
Did I say that?
You gotta wait.
Yes, you
You
did.
said you never
said that,
no
Swaggy.
opening first show like this.
Oh, one of the greatest first episodes means I've never seen anything like this. God damn, you're right.
Episode.
You're damn right. It means
Greatest first episode ever.
Cap.
Yeah, the greatest first episode ever. That's exactly what I said.
Yes, you said this is one of the greatest first episodes you've ever seen.
One of the greatest and the greatest. Do those two sound same?
I said one of the greatest first episodes you've ever seen in your life. That's what you said.
Show, bro.
Hold on, I got a question. Since we're going.
And gave it A+.
All right, I got a question.
Yes.
Swag.
Cap.
What is one of the greatest episodes? List them for me, because I need to figure this shit out.
Right. Nigga ain't seen Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones. Nigga ain't seen Sons of Anarchy,
Yellowstone.
I have seen Game of Thrones. And that's HBO, right?
Do you think this is a better first episode than Game of Thrones season episode 1?
Hold on. Did I say that? What is wrong
I'm
with
just
these
asking.
niggas, bro?
I'm asking you. I just want to know.
I said one of the greatest, and these niggas keep saying, "Do you think it's better than this?"
Yeah,
I said one of the.
Yeah,
He just
asking
said
a
name.
question.
I think
I'm
you
just
full of cap.
asking
You
for
full
a
of cap,
list.
nigga. We on your shit.
And I said it's tied to HBO. HBO delivers good quality shows. That's
All of
my
us can
overall.
agree. Everybody
So
on the
when I'm
couch
so when I'm
agrees HBO
so when I'm
delivers
hearing
quality.
when I'm hearing
If
grades like
if I
B,
name the last 5 greatest HBO shows, this will be number 5. This will be the least.
and
Okay.
that's
B is
fine.
a
Hey,
good
hey,
pick.
listen. Hold on. Go outside of HBO, my nigga. It's pretty rare, and that's my point, right? So when I hear these criticisms and I hear, oh, I give it a B, it's like, my nigga, damn, what's your standard for an A plus, nigga? What the hell? What's out there that's just so goddamn?
Without
told you.
that,
shit.
without that 20 minutes,
Euphoria?
without that 20 minutes
That's a
of
good
drag, I
episode.
think
Euphoria first
everybody would
episode
give it an
was
A
good.
Are you
plus.
gonna
That was
any
good.
HBO
I
shows?
loved it. I loved it. My only decision right now is it worth watching twice. And first episode doesn't
Nah.
mean great season.
Nah.
First episode does not necessarily mean great first episode does not necessarily mean great first season. I'm deciding is this episode worth watching again? And I'm gonna
No, my nigga, it's not. It's not. We all know it's not.
No.
It's not.
And ain't nothing wrong
No.
with that.
I would watch it again.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You would
I
watch it
disagree.
again. It ain't worth. Don't mean it's worth watching.
Yeah, that's facts.
I
Don't
gotta
mean it's
watch
worth
it.
watching. You keep that shit a buck. Based on what I've seen of this first episode, I'm gonna go ahead and Jody Diamonds a little bit. This shit finna be a slow burn. This whole season finna be slow as a bitch, my nigga. The fact that you had the first episode with very little suspense in that shit lets me know the second episode gonna be worse than the first.
It could
which
pick
ain't
up
good.
though. It could pick up.
It
could
could.
pick up.
It won't.
It could pick up, but it's gonna be a radical pickup.
Yeah, my nigga.
This is
I
the
don't
first
want to say that
episode,
shit, my
though. I
nigga.
mean, I'm not gonna judge
If
it
this
off
is
the rest of
episode, the biggest episodes of every series on HBO is the first and the last.
Yeah, because you remember those moments.
Those are the ones.
Yeah.
And if you hit
Well,
me
the
with
first
the biggest
has to
episode
do with
like
world
this,
building.
world building, ain't no world building here.
That's the problem with
What you
this.
talking about? This is a zombie outbreak. They didn't even tell you how they became zombies. What you talking
Y'all
about?
niggas
The
always
best-
do it, man. Y'all niggas always
In the
do it.
game, they even gave you less than that. They start you
They
off on
did.
the couch.
So
They
aggressive,
did. They
destroying
did.
shit,
They
man.
took the
did.
shit from I Am Legend. Let's keep it a buck. That first scene was I Am
That's
Legend.
exactly
What
what
you
they
talking
did.
about?
Good shit.
Sean, you need to get in this
I ain't
Discord,
think
bro.
about that. That's good
Ripped
shit.
off Iron Man.
Yeah.
It ripped
Sean,
off.
Sean Distant, get in that Discord, man. We
The
want to hear
best part of the
talk
show
that talk.
was
Then
the beginning.
The
It had
beginning,
all
that's
the
it.
heart.
Beginning with
It
that.
had
This
the
is
tense.
the
It had
facts.
everything
The
in
facts
it.
of the matter is the
Slow
first
down.
20 minutes was the best, and it never hit that height ever again in the episode.
Facts.
Yeah.
When she died, it was
Knowing
rough.
that in the first
done
episode
fell
of an
asleep.
HBO series
Facts.
doesn't spell good for the second episode or the rest of the show.
It was better. This shit was better
But
than
it's the same
Obi-Wan.
with the game though. Come on,
Hold
man.
on.
All I'm
This
saying,
first
my nigga, I'm just saying it.
This-
Y'all didn't
hold on,
want to.
This first episode was better than Obi-Wan's first episode, and you niggas was writing that shit.
I don't know
I did
about
not like
that.
Obi-Wan.
I don't
So
know
let me
about
say
that.
this.
Obi-Wan best episode.
Star Wars is
Obi-Wan first episode.
Y'all niggas said Star Wars was back, my nigga, after that
That
first.
was
So
Nah,
what
I
the
remember
fuck?
that shit.
Hey, I don't want to talk
shit.
about Star Wars, bro. Let that go.
No,
man.
don't
Let
do
that
that.
go.
I'm not.
Leave that in
Don't.
the years.
Nah, let
Leave
that
that in
go.
the past.
Now I'm not gonna judge it off one episode.
Yeah, let that go. I'm not judging the
I ain't
show
gonna judge it
either.
off one
All I'm
episode.
doing, I'm saying, I'm gonna say. Remember, I said it. Episode 2, that shit gonna be stretched.
Yes,
They
it
gonna,
is.
Alright, for
they
sure.
gonna stretch the shit
No,
out
It
of
looked
it.
like they. It looked
Wait,
like
wait,
Episode
hold on.
2, we know that whole sequence.
How is
The
it? How is
gameplay,
it correct if it's
it is
55
not-
minutes? It's less than the first episode.
Let's just focus on the show.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens.
that might be a big problem with the show. The length.
Even in the game, that sequence is short.
Wait. I'm sorry. Why would the length be a problem with the show, Qui-Gon?
Because the writers.
What does that
The
mean?
writers. The
The
writers.
creator of
They.
the game is the writer, bro. What are you talking about?
The writer
No,
of the
but-
game is trash, my nigga. Why you keep talking to nigga like you?
The writer of the game is
The
trash.
first game story is
That
solid.
nigga
It's
made.
not.
Did he make Last of Us 2? Is it
No,
the same
first
nigga?
off, stop.
Did he not bend over to the feminists? He bent
Hold on,
over to
you
the
gotta
feminists
stop
and the
doing
women. This nigga said women need to be more represented because men are toxic. This nigga
Jody,
said that. He said that.
Did you play the game?
For real?
This the same dude that said men are toxic, my nigga, and we
Did you
need to
play
be
the game?
accountable. Men need to be
Did you
holding
Did you
themselves
play
accountable.
part 2 or not?
And he
You
put
play
that
the
shit.
game.
Did you play
Why
part 2 or
does he
not?
want to answer?
No, I have not played. I have not
Hold up,
finished. I have
first
not
off,
played all of
stop.
part
Stop.
two. I played
Okay,
some
so
of
you're
part
making
2.
an opinion on something you don't know.
I seen all of the freaking cutscenes and shit that he put in there.
You're a
Play
liar.
it.
You're
Play
lying.
it.
Hold up.
Play it.
Stop.
I seen what happened to Joel,
If
my
you
nigga,
play
and I
the
seen
game,
the girlfriend.
Oh
And
my
I seen
God,
what
you have a
happened.
different
Why?
Go
This
with the
nigga
game.
lied. He said, "Hold on, stop." He said he's seen all the cutscenes, and then is that true? You've seen all the cutscenes of the game?
All of
Are we
the
arguing about the fucking game?
all of the cutscenes of the game that had the fandom hot because I refused to buy that game.
Oh, you mean the the first hour. The first
It's
hour.
literally the first hour.
It don't matter. What are you talking about?
Man, why y'all two stop, man? Damn.
Because
What you talking
part
about?
2 is a
I wanna
good
touch on
game, but people hate it for the dumbest of shit.
Really? If it has these things in it, it makes it a good game? Because the gameplay?
main
You like the
issue-
gameplay?
Wait,
The
dude,
real
Jody.
issue.
You don't even know the story.
Part 2 is
Hey,
really
my nigga,
the whole
I hear
revenge
these
plot
niggas
being
is
thrown out
capping,
in
my
the
nigga.
very end.
All I
Gameplay
hear
These
is
boys are arguing
fanboy
useless
niggas.
points.
Fanboy
You know what's
niggas. I heard some of the things that this writer guy was saying, and it made me throw up in my
Saying-
mouth.
This nigga, if we were to do this to him, he'd call us fanboys. Nigga, we didn't even watch it.
For real.
Now he's doing the
Look,
same.
yo,
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Nigga,
Can I
Y'all
say
didn't
I'm
watch
keeping it
it
a buck.
either.
Hey,
Can I say
Jody.
something?
I had a
Jody,
live stream where I looked at all those goddamn scenes. Niggas, it should be on my channel. I might have it on a hard drive.
You've become
But I
you've become
watched
the
all
thing
those
you
You're
hate.
scenes.
missing the dialogue in between, though, between
my
characters.
God.
You're
Hey, my
missing
nigga, I don't need to
Are you
see the
fucking
dialogue in
serious?
between.
It's
But why you do my nigga Joe like that, bro? Why you
It'll
do
hurt his
Ellie
heart.
like
He
that,
don't
my
want to.
nigga?
He don't want to
Hold
play
on.
the game.
We
I
talking
don't
about
want to play that
dialogue?
shit, my nigga.
Jody,
What
Jody.
happened to Joe? My nigga?
hold on, listen, Jody.
Fuck.
I actually seen the whole game, right? I've seen all the gameplays. I've seen all the cutscenes, right? And I can judge it because, and I'm agreeing with you. The shit is trash, but I'm actually going off like the
God
actual
damn.
story in context. You're going off because you had an emotional reaction off of a death scene, and you're calling the entire product trash.
Why are you saying
Like,
really? Did I tell you I saw a lot of scenes? Almost
Bro,
all of them. I think I saw all of them. It was a long time
no,
ago.
you didn't. No,
You're
you
pulling
nigga. I
a
was
villain
right.
saga
When-
with that
Are we
shit.
talking
When
about
Sean
the
said
show
he
or
pull up,
the
bruh.
game?
He
Because
did
I
say
see them
he
acting
did
credits.
That's why he's arguing over you for
nigga, I had a
He
live.
did
Hey,
say
my
he
nigga.
did say
this
he
was
seen the
the
scene.
after show for the
I had a
episode.
live stream, nigga, where I did the reading of all of the scenes that was in, read the dialogue, and then seen some scenes, and I streamed that shit, nigga. It was like
Bro.
2.5, 3 years ago. I don't know, maybe 4 years ago.
Nigga, wait.
And I was getting my shit blown, my nigga. This was live. I was live on air, and I was getting my
Coming
shit
at people
wrecked.
for doing the
Hold on.
same shit he
Hold on,
just
stop,
did.
stop.
And then I said, I'm not about to watch this shit, bro.
This nigga read 20 minutes of dialogue, not even like 10 minutes of dialogue, and he thinks he read the entire fucking game. Does not even make sense.
If I read,
It doesn't,
if
but I agree with you, it
if
doesn't.
I read 10 minutes of BBS, I know the movie's trash.
What?
I don't need to watch all of it.
Look, hold
If
on.
I could see
hold on.
Doom, if I see a clip of Doomsday being bored from Zod, if I see a clip of Superman getting
Facts.
speared through the chest,
Facts.
if I see a clip of Batman murdering people and Jimmy Olsen dead, I don't need to see nothing else. I could automatically use my common sense and realize this is a trash show. I'm good on this. What's wrong with y'all?
Hold on. 5-star was right. If you watch a trailer and you see a scene that upsets you, you can call the product trash. 5-star was right. I thought he got it from Jody.
my God.
It's depending
Can I say this right now? No. Stop.
Thank you,
Stop.
bro.
Stop.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
I'm not
go.
even
Go,
listening
Lottie.
to that.
Same
bullshit.
shit Jody did with that shit.
You gotta
And all
stop.
of
Go,
this-
Lottie. Go, Lottie.
First off, can we get back to the point of this damn after show versus y'all talking about some fucking dialogue and some bullshit that are mute points? All right. So one of y'all said the director and the goddamn the game director and what is he, a producer?
He's a beta male cuck boy.
I did.
Okay, so let me issue on that point. First off, when you're a game director, you have a longer period of time to be able to direct it and make it concise. The difference between here is you have Hollywood, you have scripts, you have deadlines, you have all these other people you got to please, and all the other things. Let me
Can I answer that, Lottie?
Let me tell you something right now. No. It's not going to be as successful as the game. And I don't expect it to be.
That's trash though, but yep.
Hold on, let me answer, Lottie.
How's that trash?
This whole show has been an idea for years, almost like 10
And
years.
it's never
in
going to
making.
get the equivalent of the game.
It originally was supposed to be a film, and that didn't happen.
That doesn't matter. If it could be a film, guess what? It doesn't matter. Look, they did the same thing with Lord of the Rings and those books. Okay? And that was very good, but you want to know how long it took them to get that damn movie done? It took
them a long time. Again,
it took them almost damn near 10 years.
Yeah, this has taken almost 10 years. Again,
And let me tell you something. You, as a game, it's very different. When you can have your own way with it and start changing things and you can pull back. But when you're dealing with movies and you have budget cuts or budget anything, you can't pull back. Because the moment you start pull back, there's delays. As far as I know, there wasn't no delays with this damn thing. I don't think. I can't remember.
there wasn't.
If you don't have the budget to do it right, don't fucking do it. Let someone else who does have the budget do it right.
Here's the
But it's
thing.
HBO though. I mean, come on.
Here's the thing.
And not only that, but even Sony's putting money into that shit. Like, come on, man. Like,
but even Sony's
right
been producing trash though. That's the problem.
But we have to like Sony's fucking broke though. Come on.
We not acting like they broke, but they definitely trash.
Okay. So you're telling me Sony and HBO didn't say, "Hey, bro, let's toss some money into this," and that budget part? I don't know what the budget is. I don't know what the budget is. But I guarantee you that budget high up there. You
can throw money into like motherfucking Jekyll and Hyde, and that shit could be ass.
Shout out to Tyrese and that 100. Appreciate you. This has been a great discussion, guys. Episode 2. Hey, why not do one next week? See if I'm right or not. We like this episode. Grades. E-Man, you got a grade for it?
Yeah, I give it a C-.
C-? I give it a B. I give it a B. What you got for
I give it a B. I give it a B plus.
All right.
I really enjoyed it. If not higher.
There you go. C-, B, B plus, A plus from Swag, a B from Qui-Gon. Bolden B, what's your grade? I'm gonna
I give it a solid A.
You know what? I'm leaning on an A minus myself.
Wait,
I would watch it again. I want it more.
Like, don't you do it?
Gotcha.
Don't you do it?
Hold on. Didn't E said a plus before?
Oh my fucking god! Here he goes again with these damn points.
The question.
Oh, he's saying that you said a B plus earlier, but now you're saying a C.
I never said B at all, bro. Never said that.
Oh,
never came out
my
my
bad.
mouth. Wrong person.
There you go.
Never said that.
There you go.
I give it a B.
Why you lying on E,
B
bro?
from
I got
I gave it a B
E-Man,
plus.
not E.
B plus. Okay.
No,
I got an A minus.
An A minus.
A minus, A minus. All right, cool. So, overall, this is
a
very good episode, and we'll see you guys next week for episode 2. Why not? Freak it. Thank you guys so much for watching.